Hi everybody. I just started this video and then it went kaputski and I have to start it over again. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to make. In the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn Facebook group, if you all follow along in that group, you will see that one of our members, Tracy Turner, has posted her pot heads. Her pot heads are a flower pot, and the growing out of the flower pot is whatever is their hair. Each one is so different. She embroiders in the faces. Each one of them has a different expression in their face. Each one of them is more awesome than the other. That's just all I can say. And so I've been thinking, I want to do that. I want to try to do that, but I just don't want to just copy her completely. So I want to go a little bit different with mine. And so I've got here an 8 by 8 inch piece of fabric, I think. 8 by 8, yeah. 8ish by 8ish. And then I tore some fabric here, because a different fabric contrasting, because then this is going to be the pot. This is going to be the flower pot right here. So that looks like a flower pot, wouldn't you say? And then I have this jar full of threads, because I save all kind of odds and ends of threads. I just stuff them in this here jar, and that's quite a few. And so I pulled out some here, and I want to make her hair. I want to make her hair out of this. And so get it a little bit kind of scrunchy, wunchy, or something like this. And put that right there in that flower pot, because that's going to be her hair. And so, and then one of the things I love doing is my sandwiches, tulle sandwich. So like I have this on here, and then I have some tulle. This tulle isn't quite as wide, 8 inches wide, so I'm going to overlap it. And this is pink, like hot pink tulle, but it's okay, because you would still, once you just have one layer of it, you can still see through it just fine. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, oops, and I'm reaching out for my straight pins, and I'm dropping things. Holy smokes, Elizabeth, what in the world is wrong with you? Okay, I got my straight pins out. And about 19 things in 4. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pin this. Now I could, I just want to pin it in place. What are my needles? My thread, whatever. I can't think. Brain dumb. Inspiration won't come. Good grief. Something. Amen. I don't know how that goes. Okay, so I just got that pinned in place. And then I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to stitch it all on there. And I'm going to stitch it by with thread. Pretty unique idea, but thread, yeah. Let's see, do I want this needle? Yeah, I do. Can I get this thread through this needle? Silver threads and golden needles. Okay, there we go. Yes, that's going to work just fine. I actually got that needle threaded without my spectacles on. And so I am going to just kind of, nothing fancy schmancy. I'm just going to kind of stitch, get this main part stitched first. I'm going to stitch like little running stitches all over the place. And first I'm just going to go around the pot. You know, probably if I used embroidery floss, maybe that would be prettier, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just gonna use this right here, and you have to excuse me for my extra quietness. And some days I just get like, I feel like I've been run over by I don't know, run over by something. Now I got a knot there. Good night noise. But you know what? Oh, the knot came out. That's fine. And so I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to kind of get it. You know, some people would call this, you know, basting stitch, but it's a basting stitch is something that you put into, if you're doing a sewing project, you put in a basting stitch first before you actually do the stitch with the sewing machine. But I don't want to use the sewing machine on this. I might, if I continue, which I think I want to, is to make more pot heads. Then I may use the sewing machine on some of them. But I do know I want them to be mainly made out of fabric and threads. And so, but like what I'm thinking here is once I get this part of it done, where the whole thing is stitched on, then I want to take, and then I want to start decorating it with beads and buttons and beads, bows, whatever I find in reach. And I don't want to take up a whole lot of thought because I'm running out of thought. You know, you just, when you're born, you only get allowed so much thought, and I about used it all up, so I'm not too concerned. But anyway, I'm going to just continue stitching this. I should, now is probably when I should put it on pause, right? But I'm not going to do that quite yet. I will, because I just am too lazy to reach for my mouse and click pause. And so, and I'm allowed to be lazy because I'm, you know, I'm going to be 73 years old in October. 73. Gosh. When I was 23, I never thought I was going to be 73. I just never did give that any thought. So if you are 23 now, take my word for it. You're going to be 73 in just a few years. Time flies when you're having fun. And so I must be having fun in life because, look at, I'm looking up at the screen. It looks like ice cream cone. But yeah, this here is just absolutely inspired by oh, and then by Tracy Turner. But then my other friend, I've got like 6 friends, I'm telling you. My other friend, Cordula, she showed me a picture. I don't know if she's posted hers up on the group yet. I told her to please post it because I want to start like a new pothead fad. Well, I wouldn't be the starter of it. It would be Tracy would be the starter of it. But my friend made one. My friend Cordula, no, she made 2 of them. And so, and the thing is, you can go with this and make so many different styles. And I think all of mine that I do make, because I need to make as many as Tracy does, just because I'm like a monkey, you know, monkey see, monkey do. And so, but I'm also at this time making, uh, okay, word, come to me, a Kawandi quilt, but I'm making small small pieces, small ones, and then I'm going to stitch them all together. And but I'm putting a focal point in the middle of each square. I think I have my square. My squares are 9.5 inches. So I might cut this one down to where it's not 8 inches, but maybe a little smaller. Well, I won't make them all the same size, but they will all be most likely focal points in my squares, which the oh, see, now that came out of that needle. What was I saying? Did y'all tell me what I was saying? Yeah, these will be the focal point of those squares. I love this needle, but why did it come unthreaded? Did it get threaded again? No. Just a minute here. Okay, now it's threaded again. But I think this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun just to add to my list of craziness that I do. I shouldn't say craziness because then I'm saying that then Tracy might think I might be calling her crazy, but she's not crazy, not like me. But anyway, and I'm doing something else too. I just got started, because I've been doing a little more paper crafting along the way too. These last little bits of my life, I've gotten totally away from paper crafting for a while, but then I started doing a de-stash and selling things. Selling a lot of my paper crafting stuff in just like junk journal bundles. But as I'm going through the stuff that I want to de-stash, then I find things and I say, oh, I forgot I did this. Or I find something little that I made or something. And I said, well, I forgot I did that. And so then I'm getting back into where I want to do more paper crafting. So that's all well and good. And so I'm going to be doing that. But one thing I've never done is a Halloween journal of any kind. No Halloween have I done. And so I might have done like little things with pumpkins and scarecrows or something. But the actual Halloween journal, never done one. So I decided I want to do one. I decided I want to do one. And so I got it started. And I have it started. And then I noticed too that, who was it? I can't remember now. Somebody just this morning in the group, in the Scrap and Lose Unicorn group, posted where you can go and print out for free some Halloween images. And I thought, oh, good, this is going to help me, because so far all I got is like part of the journal actual done. I was watching. Who was I watching? Let me think. Just let me get it. I'll get the name in just a second or six. Rosemary Morris, and I guess she does a kit a month kind of a project, and this month she has a kit that has to do. I think she's the one that has the kit. Has to do with dark shadows, which is a Halloweenish kind of thing. And so I was watching them, her and Shannon Green, they were on there and they were getting it started. Well, I'm not one that can follow directions. Following directions for me is just, it's not even in my thoughts. Following directions, I don't do well. Although I can see what somebody else is doing, and I'll say, well, let me try that and see if I can do that. And I'll do that, and even if it doesn't really come out good, well, hey, that's just my style. And so, but that, when she started making that, when I was watching her last night, and I seen how she was making the book part, I said to myself, self, you need to do that. And so I started, and I got it started where I've got my book started, and I got an idea of how I'm going to continue it. It's not going to be just like hers. Hers is, of course, going to be, yeah, mine's going to be just kind of a Lizzie fashion. And I do everything in the Lizzie fashion. And, and, and so, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to just get little Halloween images and little spooky things, maybe bats and witches. And how could it be 7 o'clock already? 7 o'clock, okay. And so, but yeah, um, yeah, I'm going to make and I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to use, I don't even know yet for sure what book I'm going to use, but I am going to use a book, a, a gutted book, a book with no guts, and that's going to be the main part of the of the journal, of course, and and it will just be fun. I think just a lot of fun. Okay, I gotta get up there by the. So see there, you can kind of see where I stitched the whole pot, but now I'm gonna go around and stitch, and this is just sandwiching all the threads into all these threads are sandwiched underneath this tool, and that holds it down, and so it doesn't go anywhere because we don't want it to be going anywhere. It's got to stay in its pot. So I won't keep you all through this whole thing. I'll pause it in a minute, or 6 or 9 or 12. And since it is 7 o'clock, I have to go take my medicine. That's why my alarm rings at 7. I take medicine. Sometimes I think, gee, many Christmas, just quit taking all that medicine. Let nature take its course. Nah, I'll go ahead and continue taking it. I know how my mom and dad, they didn't believe in medicine. They didn't believe in going to the doctor. They didn't believe in nothing like that. My mother was a nurse, right? And and so, and they passed away. My mom was 61. My dad was 62. Or maybe my dad was 61 and my mom was 62. I don't remember that right now. But I don't remember much. And and if they had went to see a doctor, they would maybe still be here. You never know. So I kind of go along with the doctor, with what the doctor says. So see now I have went all the way around. Oops. My needle is quite long, so yeah, I love hand stitching. I don't know if what you all think about hand stitching, but hand stitching is it's very comforting. And sometimes we need, I could probably go like this. Sometimes we need to be comforted, one stitch at a time. And I had a little something today that kind of caused a little bit of, what do you call it, a little turmoil in the brain or in the heart or somewhere. And when you have days like that, you just need something to kind of take care of that a little bit. And And so this hand stitching, it's just amazing how it's just like this needle is my therapist, you know. I get another drink of my tea. It's not really tea, it's really lemonade. I'm going to have to go eat in a little bit. I'm going to wonder what I'm going to eat with something with no salt, no carbohydrates, no vitamin K. I'll find something. Probably another sweet potato. Maybe a couple of eggs. I'm going to be living on eggs and sweet potatoes. So that's about where I can't even see where I ended that last thread. So I'm going to just kind of pretend it ended right there. And so I gotta quit this salt stuff. I gotta salt, so much salt hidden in so many things. My legs are like logs right now. They're so full of water. And so I gotta get that salt out of there. And so I'll have a good chat with my doctor when I go on. I think I go on 23rd. I don't know when I go. Somewhere there. Somewhere in the near future. I have an appointment. And me and him will chat this out and make it better. I think I might have to, maybe, I don't know, but maybe spend a couple of days over at the old Oak Hill Resort Hospital and go on some IV Lasix and get this water out. I don't know, gotta do something. It hurts. But, so anyhow, look at here. I'm getting this. You know what else I'm doing, guys? I'm making journals. And I'm making 50. And all these journals is like 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, folded in half, different kind of papers, you know, and then stitched with a sewing machine down the spine. Making 50 of them because I'm not one for each state, which I actually got some of them started, but I don't have. I got at least 50 more to go because I'm doing some of the other countries too. But like when I get happy mail from people. Like just the other day, I got a postcard from Pete Beetlechick, and and I really don't have any way of really. I have a postcard journal, but I've got to redo it because my postcard journal is so fat, and I just can't. You can't even close it, and so I'm thinking about redoing it. But what I'm doing is now every time I get a postcard or a happy mail from somewhere, I put it in that state. Each book is a state. I got a few done. I got not done or started because they'll never be done. You know, they'll always be in work process, in process. But like I got Mississippi, I've got Georgia, West Virginia, Virginia, California, Florida. Yeah, I got a few already. But see, but I'm not only putting in happy mail in them in letters or envelopes or whatnot. I'm also just writing names because a lot of times I know where somebody's from. I know where they're from because they've said, and so on a video or something, and I can just add those names. So I'll have names. I'll have some of the addresses, and it'll just be fun, just be so much fun, I think. And then I can remember where people are from, because I wish I could remember. There's some, I've got Canada started too. So I've got 3 names from Canada already in there. One of them I have, and I have Happy Mail around that as I was going through my desashing to try to make up my little kits that I'm selling, I find things that go, oh my God, I got this in Happy Meal from so-and-so. I can't put that in a kit. I'm going to do something with that. And and that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to be putting them in my journals. So I've only got about 20 of them made so far. I need to go and make some more real quick. Okay, now see here. Now that all of this is stitched down and it's held down with the tool. It's all stitched, just a little bit stitched. I didn't stitch around the edges yet. Around the edges of the pot. Just the pot is there. But what I'm going to actually do then, let's see, what do I have here? Do I have anything fantastic? I dropped all that stuff in the floor. Let me see. Where's my fantastic stuff? Well, okay, what's in here? I think I have in here. Oh, yeah. Now look, these. I can use some of these pretty things and that were sent to me by, I think Miss Cordula sent all these to me. And I can put, oh, look at that one. I can put like these to have flowers in my fire pot for her hair. Look how beautiful. Look how amazingly beautiful these are. And I can make like little, oh, beautiful. These are awesome. See, this will get me something, some of these pretty things to use. See, now this will be her hair, like that. And then, okay, so those are going to be put on here, and some of them might actually use flowers, because like I got like the flowers that I used on this pin cushion, like these little flowers. I got some flowers like that. I could maybe put those kind of flowers on, but then she's going to have eyes, nose, and a mouth on her pot. And that's what makes her a pothead. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to leave these strings on here. I'm going to take these strings off. And you know, I might, on this one, maybe I will stitch those on with green embroidery floss, and then as I'm doing that, I can also make some stems around. So I'm going to just pause this for right now, and then I'm going to go take my medicine and go get something to eat, and then I'm going to finish this up, and after I unpause it. So here's the pause part. So anyway, I'm back. You probably didn't even notice I was missing. But what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to pretend I know how to make a mouth. I've got some, well, got some thread here on this needle. It was already on this needle, so I said, well, it's already on this needle, but I can see it's kind of red goes to black, but that's all right, whatever. And so I'm gonna, just walking to the kitchen, getting my medicine, getting me something to eat. I just feel, takes all my breath away. You all take my breath away too, because you all guys are amazing. So I'm gonna, I don't know how to make lips. I know kind of how I draw lips, which is I make like a M for the top part of the lips. And then, let's see how this is working. I probably make an M when I draw. So I'm making an M when I stitch. Okay. Okay. I probably have to go look at, let me put these out of the way, at Tracy's pictures again and see how she makes lips. I might have to kind of copy her. She makes the cutest little lips. All of her little girls have the cutest little lips. Cute lips. Okay, let's see. See, I guess you just do what you can do. And so now, so I made like an M in the top of your lip there. And then I'll just go like this. Make the bottom lip right to there. I think it's sort of going to look like lips. Okay, let's see. And then if I fill in, let me see, how do you do that? When you don't know how to do things, y'all, all you do is just do something. And there you go. You got it. So I'm just filling in the lips somehow here. A little bits of filler. Giving her some Botox here. Whew. Just ate me a baked sweet potato and 2 eggs. And I put a little bit of vanilla yogurt on the sweet potato to give it a little bit of a kick. And that's what I did. And that was my dinner. Very little salt. There was a little bit of salt in the yogurt, but not much at all. Okay, now so that is her lips. That's as good as them lips is going to get. Maybe I need a little bit more. Maybe she needs just a little bit more Botox. Botox. Not in her Botox. Okay, here. I shouldn't have said that. I'm supposed to be ladylike. Okay, let's see here. This is art, you guys. When you figure art, when you figure out what art is, then you figure out whatever you do is art. Well, that's good enough. Right there. Now. So that's her little lips. Good enough. Good enough. Now I want to, you know what, for her eyes, y'all, for her eyes, I think what I want to do is, why did I put that stuff on top of my button box? I'm digging in my button box right here, right now. Right here and right now. We're going to give her some eyes. I gotta find 2. If I could find another one of those green ones. That won't work though, probably. She needs bright eyes. Could she have one pink and one green and one pink? They're the same size. Maybe a yellow nose. Why not? I don't know though. Wait. I'd rather she had blue eyes. A little blue-eyed girl. Well, I don't think she's going to have... See, baby blue. There's one baby blue. One baby blue. Never mind. Maybe in this purple bag I have two purples that'll match. Let's check. Let's just check. Now, see? Oh, here's two purple ones that look exactly the same. One purple eye and two purple eyes. Now we're kicking here. I got two purple eyes. So she's going to have two purple eyes right there. And then her nose, she kind of looks creepy now. I don't know if that's creepy or not. I don't want creepy. Alright, let's see. Red eyes? No. Will Elizabeth Marie. Okay. And we're going with two different color eyes. Them two purples, for some reason, makes her look a little goofy. This is like a light green, and it's like a light pink. So I am going to surgically put those in her eye sockets. Okay, and she's going to have two eyes. One for each side of the head. One on each side of her face. One to see good things and one to see more good things. And okay, also you all who have purchased from me at my last sale, I was not feeling well at my last sale, so things got kind of put on the back burner. But now things are getting sent off, sent right off. I sent one off this morning. Who did I send it off to this morning? I can't remember. Can't remember who it was, but one got sent off this morning. So I've got most of them sent off, and I've got most of them invoiced. Some of the invoices I don't even have done yet. So if you haven't got an invoice, just hang on to your boots, because you'll get one. And I might even do that tonight. I'm feeling pretty good tonight, so I might get the rest of my invoices done. And I am going to do another sale, but my next sale is going to be, I think, just lace. I have a friend coming over, and I'm hoping she will help me to get the laces. But just a heads up, it's going to be, I've got many different colors of laces, 1 inch wide and 2 inch wide. And we're making packs of 5 yards each. And 5 yards each, I think. Oh, she's not going to get no, she's not going to get no nose. She doesn't want a nose. She's not a nosy person. And so, excuse me, jeez. And so, I think that might be all I'll have on Monday. I mean, on the 1st. at my sale is um, okay, I gotta get some green. Green. Do I want this green? Yeah. I probably only green I have. And it's like, oh, that's more than. Oh, here's a green variegated. Oh, we're gonna use that. I love the variegated. And because that is what I'm gonna do to get my flowers in. Oh, I brought this in here too. I told you I was beginning a Halloween. This is sort of my. I'm going to have two of these things that I'm building. They're not going to be exactly alike. But I'm going to have two of these things, and one is going to go on the inside of each of the covers. And then something's going to be in the center holding onto the spine. But I'm making it, and this is kind of the way Rosemary Morse did, and she had flips and flaps and flops and flops everywhere. And so that's all I'm doing right now is the flips and the flaps and things like that. And then there's going to be, and I'm not finished with that, and I'm doing this red and black because that's what Rosemary Morse did. She had some red in her, so I thought, I like the red. It doesn't have to be a lot of red. I'll probably have more red in mine than she has. But, and then it just closes up, sort of like a lap book. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two of these that are similar, and that's what's going to go on the in and out, inside and the outside of my journal. Just so you know that this is my show is always like a variety show. So, and congratulations, Janet Burgess, for winning the journal or the. Oh, you could make a journal out of it too. Okay, let's see if I can get this in here and get this thread in this needle. And I see this is already 43 minutes long. And so if you all don't want to watch this whole thing, hey, don't worry about it. Don't watch the whole thing. You can skip off to the end to see if there's anything in the end. And or you can just pause it and go do the dishes, go cook your dinner, and then come back later on. And so it's up to you, my friend. So I'm going to just start anywhere here because I took green because I didn't put a knot in the end. I took green because it's going to be like little stems. We'll make like little stems and leaves. Maybe. You know, I say I'm going to do this or that, and then you never know what in the world I'm going to do because it doesn't ever turn out to what I think it's going to turn out. Okay, so I'm going to, let me see what I want to do here. Now I want to put this cutish little flower right here. Like this, and that'll hold that in. I don't have to have anything like real snazzy or fancy or whatever holding things down. I can just let it be like this. So here I'm going to okay, let's see what I'm doing. I say let's see what I'm doing because I don't even know. I have to watch to see what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of making a leaf here, in my head, I think I'm sort of making a leaf, but in real life, it might be just a mess. But you know what? It's our art. I think about Picasso. Picasso comes to mind. And he says, yeah, it's an eye. Just look at it. Of course it is. And so, see, it's sort of like a leaf. Sort of. It's a sort of leaf. But, you know, nobody can say anything about this leaf because it could be a leaf from that another country that we've never ever seen before. It could be very much that. And so it could be from East Doo Diddy. And so this is going to be another leaf, I think. We'll see. We'll see. But this is called complete calming therapy. There, now let's go right here with this flower. And we're going to put an X in the middle to hold it on there. X marks the spot. I know Cordula made this flower. See, I remember some of my things. I don't remember everything. But, and then I'm just going to go down here and make a stem. Sort of a stem in that flower. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. That's like when you see me going out of screen. Nothing has to be perfect. I just go out of screen. Okay, and then what else did I have? I had this one, which has got a crocheted rose, not a rose, a heart, and a fabric hexagon behind it. I like how that tool just holds things down nicely. And we'll go down here and we'll get that stem going. Ooh, that came off of that yellow one. Okay, so it's okay. I could still stitch it on if I would. Okay, and so we go like this, and oopsie daisies. That. Do I just want 3? I thought I had 5 here. Usually I go with a group of 5. Oh, I see. I had this little one here too. And then this one, so I did have 5. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. And so I'll just go ahead and stitch that in there. And add that onto the stem. And put more stemmage here. I got a snag in my finger now right there. Keep snagging on stuff. And so, as you can see, this is moving right along. Just got that one more flower to go on there. Now, this isn't looking exactly like what Dear Miss, my friend Tracy. And so we're going to go, I wonder if I have, what if I put that blue flap? Yeah, I'm going to put that blue button right in the middle of that little flower. Where did it go? Okay. And oh, I want to say too, oh, I want to mention, now a lot of you have bought these groupings of odds and ends of greeting cards, because I got a lot of greeting cards, and for $3 I sell a whole bunch of them, the cards and the envelopes. And some of the cards might be the same and some of them are different and that kind of thing. But I wanted to mention to you that when I started making this flip flap that goes in my journal, when I started that, I needed red paper. And I did not have any red cardstock. I had none. And so what I did then is I went through my cards. Oh, I don't have any of them in here with me. Oh, I have some of my cards. But now these ones, see, these are some of the cards. But yeah, see, none of these have like red on the inside. But a lot of them were, oh, this one is cute. Every single thing. Okay, that one's cute, but it doesn't have red on the inside. But I found a lot of my cards have red on the inside. So I use the inside of the cards, which makes a very nice sturdy paper. And then that's what I used for the red. All that red comes from inside of greeting cards. And like this one even, it was even this piece of red. It was a whole card. It had writing on it. Well, when I put the black over it, covered up all the writing, and all I wanted was the frame. So I got the, because this black paper I have is lightweight. It's very lightweight cardstock. And so by adding this heavier paper to it, it really makes it more sturdy. It makes the whole card more sturdy. So anyhow, this is my little pothead girl, basically. I'm going to still stitch. I'm still going to stitch her around. I'm going to stitch. I got some of that tulle larger than the piece. So I think I can just pin it. And then when I stitch first, oh, I might do a blanket stitch all the way around the edge of it, maybe. No, I'm going to be folding, like this piece needs to be folded in a little bit. See how I plan as I go? I don't have any plans before I go. And so I can just turn that under just a little bit, and then that will make the whole thing smaller, so it will actually fit on one of my squares, my Kawandi squares that I'm making. Because like I said, my Kawandi squares are 9.5 inch. I started with a 10, but then 10-inch square, but then maybe they're 9-inch squares. I don't know. I started with a 10-inch anyway, and by the time I folded give it a little hem thing, then it come to that 1 inch smaller. And you know, right now I can't remember the size, so I'll have to measure it again. So anyway, girls and boys and with all your toys. We are, yeah, this will be, that really goes right up to the top though, my color there, so I might not flip that one over. No, that one I'll just flip the tool. Just the tool is going to flip over. And then I'll probably still, I think I will do the blanket stitch all the way around the edge. And that kind of shrinks it down to a little smaller piece, which will work perfectly then on my squares. I'll have to drag my squares out and show you the squares on a video. I'm going to be doing more videos. I want to do more live streams too, because I want to talk to you all. I want you all to pay attention. Pay attention. Tell me where you're from so I can write it down in my books. I want to know where everybody's from. I mean to tell you, I want to have your shoe size. What brand of coffee do you drink? I really don't need all that stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to find words to say. Okay, that's where that's going to get stitched around. Now I just pinned it, so that will be its final color. And I don't know if I'll name each one of these. That needs a button right here. This here. That can't be like that. That's got to have a button. Okay, so that yellow. It had that little gold thing in it, but I don't know if I broke it or what, but it's like a sequin. I think I broke it, and so it didn't want to stay on there anymore. So I'm going to put that button on there. And there we go. See? Simple as that. Okay. I don't have any interesting news to give you guys. I wish I did, because life is better with good news. Or bad news, whatever. No, I don't have any bad news. No bad news. And so, yeah, that looks better with that button in the middle. And the rest of them are fine. This one could use a button in the middle too, though, maybe. Why do you think so, Elizabeth? Just because? Just because, yeah. So now, I need to have another little piece of thread. This will work. This little pink thread. I think that come off of that button. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that right. Do it right, Elizabeth. So anyway, y'all be looking forward to a live stream, and I don't know what I'll do on the live stream. Just talk to you guys and do some. I'll be doing something, even if it's wrong. I just pulled that. I had just had that in the hole and then pulled it back out, and I'm feeling a little crummy. I wonder if I ate too much. No, what in the world? Oh, there we go. That will work. That whole piece of thread just came apart. Okay, yeah, I'm going to put this yellow button in the middle of this one. I'm one of those, you know, a lot of people say less is more, and then I'm one that has to be obnoxious and say more is more. Well, there went my button. Let me get this first, and then this. There we go. I didn't tie the knot again. Oh, Lord, here, this has been an hour of complete and utter nonsense. An hour of complete and utter nonsense. But I do have a Tracy Pot head. This is called Tracy Pot. So y'all make Tracy Pot heads and put them on. See if we can flood the Scrap and Lizzie page full of Tracy Pot heads. And oh, that's tied up enough. And I think we will all be famous then, famous potheads. The pothead group. We need a pothead group. That's what we need, a pothead group. Okay, that's it. Now the pins are on there because I just got them because. And maybe I'll stitch around there with a machine. I don't know. I have not got a clue. I'm going to get a drink. She looks a little bit funny with those little eyes there. I wonder if I just want to... Oh no, I took that out of there already. I wonder if I just want to put this thread in there. This pinkish thread piece. Because I'm thinking now that maybe she needs a nose. No, I can't do it. What happened to this? Did it break? She could have a star nose. I am a star. I have a star nose. I don't know how to get that on there. All right, I'm going to call it quits. And get this book. Leave us safely home. And let's go here. See there? Look at that picture. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Okay, now you all, later on I'll get better at this. I am new at this. For how long have I been doing videos? I don't know, 10 years, I don't know. I'm not better yet. Okay, beauty. This is beauty. Look, it's got the chickens and it's a farm and there's the barn and the silo, the fence, the water pump. This must be the house. Maybe it's a chicken coop. But anyway, okay, beauty. Beauty surrounds us if we take the time to look. We can see it in the valleys and every rippling brook. We can see it in the graceful birds soaring high in a cloudless sky, a frisky brown squirrel racing to a leafy nearby tree. We can see it in flower buds hiding their glorious array, waiting for the perfect moment their beauty to display. We can see it in the children laughing happily with glee, peacefully napping or sitting on granddad's knee. Yes, beauty surrounds us as God meant it to be, if we will pause and look and take the time to see. And that was written by Barbara Dickerson. She did a darn good job there. That's good about beauty. And beauty is all around us. All around us. So take the time to look and see that beauty. And I ask God to watch over each and every one of you, every step you take and every move you make. And I will see you on the next video. And I sure hope you make a pothead. You can make her better than mine, but make a pothead. God bless.